track number 8 is what we're moving forward to. This is called Nightmare. This was released prior. This was one of the earlier singles back in December, if I'm not mistaken. But without further ado, Tom the Mailman, Nightmare. Let's go. Little like emotional guitar here. Let's see what happens. Am I gonna cry on stream? We'll see.
It's a nightmare. I was cold, I was walking through the night air. When I was home, you told me be right here. I'm alone, I'm walking through the night air. It's a nightmare. Where'd you go? Rain, clouds, and storms falling on me till I pass away and I'm all gone. Friends saying at the party, saying I won't make it. I was there, but was hardly making conversation. It's not.
Definitely get a little emotional on this track. But this is like the lighter side of Mr. Tom the Mailman, and that's kind of, I think, the purpose of that interlude right there, is to kind of ease you into such a smooth, kind of soulful track that we're kind of experiencing right now. But like I said, man, like Tom the Mailman can make you cry. Tom the Mailman can make you hype. Tom the Mailman can get you dancing. There's not much that Tom can't do. That's an easier way to say what I was about to say. There's not a lot that Tom the Mailman can't do. And this album is showing everything that he can do very fucking well.
I was on my own. I was right there, but I know, and it hurts me. It's a nightmare. I was cold, I was walking through the night air. When I was home, you told me that you'd be right there. I'm alone and I'm walking through the night air. It's a nightmare, you told me it's a nightmare. I was cold, you told me you'd be right here. I was walking through the night air. But I'm gone, told me you'd be right here.
A beautiful track. About halfway through this album, like I said, that was track number 7, Nightmare. We're moving forward to track number 8. But before we do, I just want to talk about, like, there's been a lot of different guitars on this thing, and that is, I want to say, the primary instrument kind of coming across this, but the different ranges of guitar and the way that Tom the Mailman is able to match the energy of the instrumental that he's going over. He's done that nonstop on the whole collection of songs on this album. Sometimes Sorry Is Enough is really coming across as like a culmination of all these different experiences that Tom has been having. And it really comes back to the kind of like the theme of letting go, but also really just accepting. And I think Nightmare is a great example of like how somber Tom the Mailman can get. But he's also still throwing those themes out on even more hyped up tracks where he's, on Faceless, like he's talking about like the different facets of him and all the things that he can learn from them. At least that's what I'm taking from it. This is like a love letter to somebody, or there's a lot of heart on this thing is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what he went through, like whether it was heartbreak or whatever, but there's a lot of like themes that are resonating with me, but they're all being kind of portrayed and like shown off in such different like variety. Like you almost don't notice like the subtleties of how good his writing on this album is. And it is going to take a lot more listens. A lot of these tracks, this is my first time hearing them, so forgive me if I'm missing the point, but the fact that it does resonate so well on the first listen, definitely going to be spinning this a couple more times, keeping it in rotation, and I hope you do too.